Today we're going to be talking about one of the darkest sides of Yuki Cross. One side in particular that probably no one has ever noticed or even has probably mentioned about it, unless they have seen it, but then they can never process what the heck it is. Now, I've been wanting to talk about the different forms of Yuki Cross for a very freaking long time now. So we're going to be starting off with none other than her dark form. Now, if you remember seeing in my fan animation that I actually kind of created like Yuki having like her own dark side. However, what if I were to tell you that that dark side actually does exist, but we just have never noticed it? If you look into the Vampire Knight Season 1's outro credit scene, you probably notice that Yuki is just literally just sitting there in a room, pretty dark, and she's just completely lifeless. Absolutely lifeless. She has like, she's just staring completely right into your soul. As they do a close-up of her, she actually then has like a glowing red tear. And no, that's not blood, by the way. That tear that's trickling down her cheek is literally like some sort of glowing tear. I don't know how the hell that's even possible. But I've always were curious about that sort of thing. And then afterwards, it then transitions to like this mirror thing where Yuki is doing a dance. By the way, if you haven't noticed, the outro is a little bit different if you're watching it on just regular TV. If you have the Season 1 of Vampire Knight on DVD, you'll have Yuki dancing like a ballerina, but you notice that there's like strings that like snap and then she falls down, literally, as the song states, as a still doll. Literally. Afterwards, when you actually come back, you even realize, oh my god, what the hell, she's got red glowing eyes! And I'm just doing that for just dramatic effect. And you also realize that, what the heck is that on her arm? Is that actually her arm? What is that? Now, probably a lot of people would have thought that, what the heck is going on with her arm there? Just literally her right arm, or left arm, pretty sure, because all right is her left. But you notice this blue glowing thing that is like literally sticking out of her arm. Is that even her arm? Like, what the heck is that? You're probably thinking to yourself that it looks like a freaking blue lightsaber from Star Wars. I mean, you can't argue with that, right? I mean, that's exactly what I freaking put in the freaking fan animation of mine. An unexpected crossover. Because it literally looks like a freaking blue lightsaber. Like her arm literally turns into this laser arm. If she had another one, that means she'll probably have two, but she only has one in this end credit scene. Which kind of looked like one. She looked absolutely completely deadly. Kind of feels like she's ready to freaking strike at any moment, whether she was or not. She still has that glowing red tear, along with the fact that she also has red eyes. So, yeah, you could possibly say that she literally just turned into a vampire. But how can that be? Have you noticed anything that if she was a vampire, there should be something else happening? The hair. Yeah, if you don't know, in the actual series of Vampire Knight, when she does turn into a vampire, Yuki actually does have her hair, like, grow. Her hair actually grows, like, completely out of nowhere. It just sprouts out when she regains her vampire memories and all her powers, which they're still, she still needs to get used to them. She needs to control them. Like, the moment when Kaname is carrying her all the way to bed, while she's remembering all this, her hair is still short. But the moment when she actually starts waking up, she actually has her hair so freaking long. Like, I don't know how the hell that happens, but it just does. Which, by the way, there is going to be a video about that in particular. But that is when specifically she does alone have red eyes. So at least you could say that that actually does count. She does definitely have red eyes as a vampire. So why on earth does she have red eyes in here? Technically, by the looks of things, I think she's still human, but she has the powers of a vampire, if that makes sense. Now, you're probably thinking, how the heck can you possibly gain powers as a freaking human? Well, I mean, take Zero for example. I don't know if this counts, but I mean, you got Zero for example. She got bitten by Shizuka so many times, causing him to, transform into a vampire, which almost then had the slight effect of where he may even fall to a level E. And if you don't know what level E's are, level E vampires are basically to the point that, as former humans, they can no longer control themselves, that to the point that, they are no longer sane. They really just can't seem to control themselves after if they've been bitten by actual vampires, let alone purebloods. Sometimes level E's do actually manage to gain powers, and the same thing for Zero. When she got bitten by Shizuka, she drinks the blood of Yuki, which actually she has the blood of a Kuran. Same thing with Kaname, he also had that. And every time when he does this, he gains more powers. So let's take for example if Yuki were to actually drink the blood of a Kuran when she was a human. Which, by the way, that does almost happen. In one of the episodes of Vampire Knight Guilty, Yuki's having a very, very hard time. She struggles in class and she actually faints, so she had to go to first aid. And then apparently when she was lying in bed, apparently Ichiru Kiryu, he was being as an undercover new student, trying to actually give Yuki, while still sleeping, trying to give her the blood of Kuran as a human. Now, if you do remember what Rito said when he was possessing his son Senri, take a look at what he says. So, you're telling me that if Yuki drank that blood when Zero was coming there, when Ichiru was coming there, would she actually end up like that? I mean, to me, it feels perfectly clear in my sense. Because the thing is, by looking at this appearance in the end credits of Season 1, right? She has red glowing eyes, she has that red glowing tear, and she has like this laser arm. This kind of feels like to me that this is actually Yuki being in her strongest form, but yet still in being human, but she has these vampire powers if she drank the blood of Kuran. Bro, Rito, I think you need to get your head checked in, because if she drank the blood of Kuran, what else would have actually known would have happened to her? I mean, I understand what Rito was trying to accomplish here, aside the fact that he wanted to be resurrected, but if you also remember what Rito said during the past, he says this. He wanted to have an ultimate servant. Kaname was not the exception, aside the fact that he tried to make him, the progenitor of the Kurans, but it wasn't enough. That's why he needed Yuki to become the new vessel. If it was successful that Ichiru managed to get at least one drop of blood of Kuran in her mouth and then gone insane to resurrect Rito Kuran, then Yuki would have lost all of her insanity and ended up like that. Even though she was not going to be a vampire, she would still probably have these vampiric powers. But I feel like there's an even bigger flaw in this plan. The form itself and how the way she acts. Looking at her right now, she looks completely dead. She is soulless. She cannot feel a damn thing. And with that glowing red tear, and along with the blue laser hand that she's got there, she will probably just strike you right in the chest. So much for being the ultimate servant, if that were to even happen. Because take a very good think about this for a second. If that really happened, she would go insane. And I feel like she will probably kill Rito, and probably with the fact that she has no idea what's going on. She won't be able to know who she is. Even if she does regain all of her memory, she probably won't accept it. And by the way, you remember that villain that I called, the Scarlet Mage in my fan animation? Yeah, that's technically the voice inside Yuki's head. That's what I technically call her. In Vampire Knight Season 1 episode, The Scarlet Maze, that's where I kind of given her, the voice that's in Yuki's head's name. I call her the Scarlet Maze. And I feel like she's more of a threat to Yuki. And if that's the case, I feel like then the Scarlet Maze would technically be the new villain. Like, it's kind of like that Yuki is trying to fight against herself in her head. And probably maybe she is the one who will be in control of the body, not Yuki along with herself, because how the heck he's supposed to be able to grab each of her now if all of a sudden what would happen? She'll just be nothing more but an absolute beast, and she'll probably annihilate everyone in their path, even their loved ones, Kai and Cross, Yori, Zero, even perhaps Kaname Kuran. Doesn't matter, because she will freaking... I feel like it will be an absolute slaughter. And if no one can possibly save her or try to reverse any of the effects of how that would work, then good luck with that. I don't even think the Senate or the Vampire Association would probably be able to freaking just, be able to tame her, okay? They won't be able to have any chances of finding any weakness. If Zero or Kaname could be able to pull off something major crazy here and have to work together to, save her and her mind, then, yeah, that's one way to put it, but good luck. If Rito were to be able to just manage to just tame her as his ultimate servant, then we're gonna even have much bigger problems. And if Kaname actually drank Yuki's blood and bit her, I feel like things will get way worse. I can already tell. I feel like Yuki would still freaking betray Rito straight off the bat. And she wouldn't care less who she's fighting. Because she wouldn't be able to know anymore. She won't be able to gain control of herself. Unless maybe the spirit of her parents show up or something, like in her mind or something like that. I don't freaking know. But, to be honest, I feel like that could be something that might happen if that were to happen. Even if it's, the most deadly and scariest thing ever. But, if that, looking at this, I feel like that could have been something that could have worked. Also, by the way, in one of the Vampire Knight Memories manga, she had, this dark aura surrounding her, trying to protect, Akatsuki and Ruka for some reason. But, then again, I feel like she's in complete control, but she's, furious in some way. And also when she was trying to, she wanted to make the mayor her slave. You should have seen her. She was, pretending to be evil or something like that. It was was she gonna give into her dark side? What the hell? And you should have seen her lips. Why were her lips so glossy and shiny? How? How is that even possible? I don't understand how the hell that works. But it just did. It's but Zero managed to stop her. So there's a few chances that there could have been a possibility that Yuki would have actually unleashed her dark side, whether it was she was able to control it or not be able to control it. But either way, I feel like that could have been something that could happen if that was in another universe, or if they could have added something to it. But yeah, that's what I'm thinking of anyways. But let me know what you guys think. I feel like that should be enough from there, because this form, hopefully you don't get anything like this. Though I gotta admit, it is a pretty crazy form to be able to think about, and if that were to happen, then oh my god, that is insane. So what do you guys think? Do you think that Yuki could have had the possibility to actually have her dark form unleashed? Do you think if she actually did drink the blood of Kuran as a human being, she would just literally just lose it and completely go out of control and no one would be able to save her? Would she actually be able to just betray Rito Kuran even if she is his ultimate servant? Let me know your thoughts down below. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. Click on the notification bell to never miss a video. And stay safe, stay healthy, and let your days be mad and rad.